Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you're going to be interviewing for the front desk position here at Child and Family?
Yes.
Okay. If you're ready to get started, I'm going to interview you today.
Okay.
My first question for you is, what are 3 words or phrases you would use to best describe yourself?
The 3 words I would use to describe myself is that I'm a hard worker, I'm a dedicated worker, and I'm very customer service oriented.
Okay. What would you say is your biggest strength?
My biggest strength, I would have to say, is that I'm a good listener. If a customer comes up to me with any questions or concerns, I listen to them and I do whatever I can to make sure they leave a satisfied customer.
Okay, good. Do you work better alone or in a group?
I believe I work better alone, as long as I know what it is that I'm doing. That way I can assert all my focus and concentration into the task at hand to make sure it's completed efficiently.
Okay. And how do you handle stress at work?
I handle stress at work by coming to work with a positive attitude. I leave any issues, any personal issues, I leave them at the door. I come into work with a positive attitude, and if I come across a stressful situation, I take a step back, assert it from a different angle, and attack it that way.
Good. So if we were to hire you, what is your availability?
I'm available any day of the week. I'm doing online classes, so that it doesn't interfere with any work, just because it's kind of work at your own pace.
Okay.
So I mean, any day, nights, overnights, whatever is needed to be, I can do it.
Okay. So do you have any questions for me at this time?
Yeah. So being front desk, what kind of tasks would I be expected to do on like a daily basis?
So with the front desk, in your case, it would be checking in. You would answer phones to set appointments. You would answer any questions a patient may have. You would check people out. And when patients come in, you would check them in and make sure they have the proper paperwork in order to get them taken back to see the doctor.
Okay. So what is your favorite thing about this company?
My favorite thing about the company would be that we're a family-owned company. So we're very... our priority is the family is the customer, the patient, as opposed to having a corporate where we need to meet those corporate needs.
Okay. Now, as starting out as the front desk, is there any room for growth in the company?
Sure. If you enjoy your job and you show that you are learning and making it through well, and we have that position available, we do have room for possibly office manager.
Okay, nice. Now, how would I be trained as a front desk?
So for the training, we would have you up front, like I said. We would have you with our checkout girl. She would be able to train you on answering the phones, making appointments, checking people in and out, and I'm also up there to help you with whatever you need.
Okay. And then my final question is, what is your busiest time of the year?
The busiest time of the year for us would have to be the end of summer, because that's when everybody's going back to school and parents want to make sure their kids are ready and set to go back to school.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes any questions that I have.
All right. So it was very nice meeting you, and we'll be able to go from here.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, my name's Jaime.
Hi.
All right, today I'll be conducting an interview today for the front desk position here at Child and Family Eye Care. So a little background. We're a family-owned business. Our 2 main doctors are also the owners. They have 2 doctors training underneath them. We started with 1 location, and over the past 10 years, we have grown to 3 locations. So that's where we're at now. So are you ready to start the interview?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So my first question for you is, what are 3 words you would use to describe yourself?
3 words I would use to describe myself would be hardworking, outgoing, and customer service oriented.
Okay, that's good. So regarding your last job, what were your main duties?
So my last job, I was a customer service manager. So my main duties were overseeing the cashiers, answering any questions they had throughout the day, helping any customers with anything that they needed, any complaints, and then I also did money handling.
Okay. So what would you say is your biggest strength?
My biggest strength would be that I am so customer service oriented. So I make sure I listen to the customer, what their need is, what their want is, and we definitely don't let them go home without a good experience.
Okay, cool. Now, what is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness would be that I have a hard time delegating tasks out to people just because I know that I can get them done in a timely manner in the way that I think that they should be done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So do you have any prior experience in the healthcare industry?
I do. I used to work for a company that provided physical therapy, occupational therapy to kids at home.
Okay, cool. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes.
Okay.
So are you willing to train somebody that you're going to hire, or were you wanting them to already have previous experience?
Well, obviously it would be easier if they already had the experience, but we are willing to train the right candidate, as long as they meet our criteria. There's no harm in training them, but for you specifically, you already had prior experience, so I don't think that would really be an issue.
Okay. So is there room for growth in this position?
So starting off with the front desk, there is room for growth. Every 3 months we go through an evaluation, and depending on how you score on those, if a position becomes available at one of our 3 locations, you'll be first in line to accept one of those positions.
Okay.
If you'd like.
All right. How many patients do you typically see in a day?
So depending on the day, we can see anywhere from 10 to 15. With all the stuff going on in the world right now, it's typically a little bit less. There have been times where we have maybe 2 or 3 people scheduled. There have been times where we have to send our employees home early because there isn't anything to do.
Okay.
But on a good day, I'd say 10, 15.
Okay. Well, with everything aside, from, like you said, what's going on right now, what is typically the busiest time of year for you guys?
So typically our busiest time of the year would be August, right around back to school time. Just because everyone's getting ready to go back to school. They spent mainly the children. They spent the summer in front of TV playing games on their phone or something, and they need to come in and get their eyes checked. So that's usually around the time where we get a lot of either past customers or we get new clients. We get new clients or past clients.
Okay, that makes sense. So what happened to the person who had this position before?
So she had this job as a source of income while she was going to school. So she actually graduated and got her degree and went on to a different field. We wanted to keep her, but we couldn't offer her what she was wanting or what she could possibly get with her new job. Okay. So it was sad to see her go, but we're happy that she went off to better ventures.
Oh. I think that's all the questions I have for you today.
Okay. Cool. Well, I really liked how this went. You seem to have all the qualifications we need, so I'm going to pass my notes on to our doctor, the owner, and he'll take a look, and we can probably get you in for a second interview on Thursday, if that would work for you.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right, cool. Well, I can't wait to see you on Thursday.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.